Good evening. Greever's League. This evening we're racing Mexico. Quite a nice sized lobby going. Goodwill. Not too many down for load shedding. Race. Race set to 50%. You can see quite a nice sized lobby going. Qualifier was on Monday. We're about to start. AI set to 70%. There's no AI cars except for if somebody drops. No AI cars from start. One or two drivers couldn't make it, but nice size grid there. Of course, qualifier was on Monday. Seems like we've good luck this far. That everybody game loading pretty quickly. Let's hope it holds. Fair skies. All the guys are always practicing for that, but now and then we get a little bit of a surprise with a nice downfall. Last couple of minutes of the race, last couple of laps, but if you look at it, doesn't seem like there's any chance of that. Some international drivers this evening joining us as well, like Hypex. They just there for the fun. See, there's 007 Bomb, new guy. The rest, basically the usuals. The crazy bunch. All, of course, racing for the fun of it. There's no prize money in this league yet. It's a pilot league. So everybody here, all basically friends and online friends, just racing together for the fun of it. You got your usual front runners. D2A1 lying in the back there. I think he wasn't there for the qualifiers. Usually, if not for the qualifiers, they're back of the grid. Front of the grid, of course, the top point scorer as well, Greever. Then Hypex, very fast driver. King Alpha, the youngest of the group. Cooper. Joshua, just going for a finish. He'll be happy with that. We've got Bruit. Cyclops, also up and comer. He's been practicing. Brand new driver, only started the game for this league. First time ever doing a racing game. Oh, and the guy's already spinning out there. Biology on the start. Okay. Clean. Okay, let's call it semi-clean first corners. Got some position changes there. Brut coming up 2 spots. Cooper as well. D2 all the way in 4th place now. You can see it's quite a nice track, especially that straight there in section 1. Makes it interesting is those sharp corners. So not really fast corners here. So probably a lot less downforce on these cars, because there's no real fast corners. There's sharp corners which does not require a lot of speed. But let's see. Those corners is, as you can see, Bruit already climbing. He likes the corners, passing on the corners, and this is quite a nice wide track, driving part of the track. It's quite nice and wide. Stay on board with Hypex there for a moment, a lap or two. We should be within the next couple of weeks or so. We will be hosting full-length races. This is again only a 50% race. The full-length race is totally a different ball game. You can see the smooth driving there from Hypex. Let's change to one of the locals, Bruit. You can see the difference in driving. Bruit is racing on a keyboard where Hypex is racing steering. So Bruit constantly having to compensate, but still doing very well. He's one of the top. Up on board with Yanni following. Greever, of course, in 4th place. Good at the chase, but he seems to be struggling at the moment. Losing time to the top 3. Cyclops moving back. Joshua bringing up the rear. 49 seconds behind leader. Let's check those gaps. Field spreading out nicely at the moment. Hypex, well, Bruit keeping pace, and Yanni keeping pace with the leader. There's some good driving from the local guys. So those watching, call it. Of those that, if you're regular, what is the prediction? What's the 1, 2, and 3? And if you want, call driver of the day and fastest lap as well. Greever seems to be holding that pace better now. King Alpha, the same, keeping slowly losing time, but sort of keeping pace with Greever. So there's no real runaway yet. Let's see if that holds. Let's hop on board with the new drivers. Cyclops, brand new driver. He, before this league, never played a racing game in his life. So improved a lot, but that's what's nice about this league. The more experienced guys, if the newer guys ask them, they sit in and they assist these guys. They help them with their tracks, their setups, driving in general. It's quite a few guys. Greever, D2, most of the guys sit in and, with the new guys and spend hours if they need it. Let's hop on board with Joshua just before the race. He noted that he would just like to finish a race for once. This is so far so good. It's a clean race. Says to some of the new guys, 007, don't know the driver. One of the new guys, so let's see. If you look at the steering wheel, either controller or steering wheel racing, very smooth driving. But it's not always your fastest driver that gets the fastest lap that wins the race. Some of the guys that raced in previous leagues that they were third or fourth fastest time for the lap, but still won because they were most consistent. What's happening with Mr. Cooper? Just caught him there with a bit of a skid, doing a bit of a sideways run there. The teenager was extremely good on keyboard, and he brand new to the steering wheel the last couple of races. Total different kind of game if you got the steering, and it seems to be slowly picking up. One to watch out for when the real league starts. See the time that he can pick up there. 185, 190 miles an hour on this nice long straight. 193, 194. Hop on board with the front runners. Some of these guys have a passion for it, so they sit for hours playing around with little suspension settings, etc., just to keep going. Little tweaks. You get different setups, different kinds of driving. Some guys like to dive bomb, come into the corner quickly and do a quick brake, very heavy on the tires. You guys brake that little bit earlier and exit the turn faster. So it all depends on setup. If you look at D2 or Greever, D2 will say Greever's setup makes his car loose on the road, and Greever says the same about D2 setup. So it's all about driving style. All these cars in this league, of course, set to equal. The branding and so on is just there for bragging rights, but all cars are equal. Ricky and Yanni losing time there to Hypex. Greever gaining his time. Greever just going for that DRS zone. He'll probably wait, even if he's under a second, he'll probably wait for that long straight to use his DRS. But let's see. Yep, there he goes, under a second. Holding back. Very sharp corners here. It's all very technical. Let's see. Staying under a second. See if you can catch him. No, he's not gonna be able to catch him on this one. Greever saving that DRS of his. Up on board with Hypex EU. Was on the soft tires. Let's see what tires they were running. One stop for those guys, probably an altercation in the beginning of on the grid. Only one opting for a longer drive in the beginning. It's the different drive styles. Some guys like to open the gap in the beginning, do fast laps, etc., and then just keeping it there with a harder tire, medium or a hard. Some of the guys like to do the long race in the beginning and then putting on the softs and finish fast. So we had on this one that started with the softs. Maybe some of them are going for a two-stop strategy. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And I see on front there, Greever passing Yanni. Using that, finally using that nice long straight to pass him. Greever's going for Hypix. Is one of his online friends. But Britt is losing time to Hypix now. Hypix tires is now warmed up, so he's got the grip, he's going. Let's see if there's somebody that can catch. See if you guys probably started with the wrong tires. You see 8 laps in, and some of the guys 6 laps or 5 laps also. Within 2 or 3 laps they changed tires already. Biology seems to be struggling this evening. That's unlike him. Those two, the brothers, Caveman Biology. Maybe wrong setup. He's struggling a lot this evening. He's one of the better drivers. Ooh. Put it into the pit. Moves Greever up to second place. Greever now gunning for first. D2 catching up to Brut there. Let's see if he'll catch him. That's a maybe. Maybe. Oh, he's still got the inside line for that one. That's good. D2, of course, one of the guys, he's very good at driving out in front, not good at the chase. And Brut taking Aki's spot. Nice fight going on here. D2 retaining. Makes it a bit more interesting. King Alpha running very wide there. D2 passing his teammate and Brut passing King. He's struggling a lot. Running wide again. Probably looks the same as Biology. Running very wide. Let's see. Brut chasing D2. Two of them want to be up there. Hypix and Greever. If you look at that gap, oh, and Breaky taking back his spot. Makes for some interesting driving, constant changing. Now Brut chasing Cooper. Cooper struggling a bit there. Managed to keep control of his car. Brut passing. This is Brut. Ooh! Cooper pushing Brut off the track. Will be investigated after the race. These three are on, and D2 cashing in on that one and passing both. Brut now being held back by Cooper. And Greever in first with Hypix going into the pits. Let's see what he's going to change to. You can see 2 more has now changed to the medium tires. Going for the long middle drive. Probably, if they've changed this early, probably change back to softs, I would say around 28 maybe. But you get some of the guys that's going to finish on these tires. Depends on, I don't see the temperature, it depends on the conditions of the. Some of the guys actually drive faster with a medium or a hard than a softer compound. You can see Hypix chasing hard there, making up a little bit of time there against Greever. And D2 keeping pace with Hypix. Jannie Vetkrate staying on brood. Ooh, corner cutting. It's set to strict, so these guys are going to rack up, as you can see, those penalties again. There you can see already Cooper on 9 seconds, of course. He's no stranger to that. One of the races, he got our league record, 31 seconds in penalties. That's not something you just do. You have to have a gift for it. So, Hypix making up a lot of time there to Greever. Catching up very fast there. And Jannie not able to catch up to Brut. That was on the long straight. You can see the Hypix driving so smoothly that it actually looks like he's driving slowest around some of those corners, but it's just that smooth driving, making up his time. Look at those. Let's hop on board with Greever, stressing right now. Maybe somebody should just tell Greever Hypix is his wife's gamer name. See him outrun this. He'll probably gain like 10 seconds a lap on that. So, Jannie Vetkrate on Brit. Just not able to pass again. Fields opened up nicely. The fight of the moment here. Because the invitation drivers not really part of the league. They more here. So some of the guys get some exposure to international kind of driving. These guys drive a lot of hours. It's more there for the fun of it. Jannie is just not able to catch Brit. Those corners are Brit very good at the corners. He's one race he passed 4 or 5 guys only on corners. Didn't do it on the straights, the DR races. He'd do it on the corners, and sometimes while somebody else is passing him, he'll pass both of them on the corner. So he's very good at the cornering. You can see Hypix catching up to Greever at a great speed there. Greever feeling Hypix breathing down his neck there. And that's a DRS. Oh, no, it's not yet. Oh, he probably used it. Okay. Why he caught up so quickly. He simply feels he doesn't need it. This is where the stress starts. You guys get too aggressive and right off their cars. Greever should just keep a level head. Race his game. That's what some of the guys make the mistake. They get a bit too aggressive and they start making the mistakes like Michael Schumacher used to do with the guys. Sit on them, wait for them to make a mistake and then simply pass them. No real fight needed. We keep a level head here. Ooh, Hypix running wide. Just keep a level head and do your race. Looks like, ooh, that time Hypix's car going 200 miles an hour, 205. That's 100. That's about 13 miles. Ooh, lock up there. Those tires. About 13 miles an hour faster at the end of that straight than we saw earlier with King Alpha. It's just his setup and ooh, another lockup. It's one of the guys that don't use any of the assists. No braking assist or anything. And guys like him, D2, Greever, D2 tested, switched on the assist and he actually drove a lot slower. So once you get used to not having the assist, you'll become a lot faster. The assists are just there for the new guys to help them get into the game, not for the real racing. Some of the guys even switch off pit lane assist. You can go into a pit lane and it'll automatically brake you and keep you a speed, because there's speed limits for those that don't know. Some of the guys even switch that off because they say they gain time. Ooh, it's probably those lockups, those tires. Greever passing again. Oh, Greever also in. Okay. Picks out. Greever on his mediums. Okay, Greever's going for the finish. If he only did his mediums now. Both going for the finish. Brekkie using it. Brett gets to the front. But he's not too out from front too far. Yanni just passing Greever. Hypex just buying his time, sitting there waiting for an opening, not taking any chances because car ghosting is not on. Car ghosting, unlike your media ghosting, car ghosting is the car you cannot hit, you can drive straight through them, so faster cars can't drive into the slower cars, for instance, they lap them or so on. That's been switched off, so cars can crash into each other. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Car damage is also set to full, and cornering or barriers is set to strict. That's why so many guys are racking up those penalties with the sharp corners, taking a corner too fast, and then cutting too much, corner cutting. And Hypex back out in front. Let's see what the Brit's answer is to that. We're approximately just over halfway. Ooh, a hard lock up there from Hypex again. Just over halfway through the race. It's a 50% race, and Hypex just slowly gaining time. Was it there? Slowly, not too aggressive, just slowly gaining time. Brut's doing very well. Keeping pace now. Let's see if the 3 and 4 can keep up with that. I think Haas will be very surprised to see a Haas in the top 3. Oh, my mistake. So used to the red and white on the Haas. This is Alfa Romeo. It's sort of keeping pace with Hypex. Those corners are Brit's thing. Yanni's still on the softs, and Greever keeping pace with that, so that's good. Cooper losing time. Oh, Cooper's in the pits. Sorry. Let's see the other new driver. Haven't seen him drive before. Let's hop on board and just see what he can do. So still those. Oh, there's D2 going for the hard tires. odd, but his driving style is also very odd. So let's see. He's probably put on those hards to drive them hard. See how long they last. Driving. Okay. Let's see what D2 does with those hard tires. A lot of concentration. One of the drivers that goes totally quiet, he concentrates very hard. Joshua making a gap there for the faster driver. You can see gentleman rules. These guys respect each other, and they make gaps. They leave gaps for the faster drivers. There used to be a couple of other drivers, but the guys feel uncomfortable. The guy simply gets out of the league. We keep it clean, friends here. Brut is doing very well against Hypex. Hypex, very fast driver. I haven't really seen him drive, but I've seen some of the racing times he's done, and he's very fast. Nice smooth driving there from D2. Let's see what he does on this straight. Not a very fast top speed. He's about 13 miles an hour slower than an Hypex, so that's where he's losing his time. But D2, he doesn't stress too much. Very consistent driver. Let's see, back over there we got Caveman on Cooper's heels, racing those mediums against Cooper's soft tires. All about driving style. I've seen drivers use, most drivers will use a soft and medium. Guys will do a medium and a hard. All depends on driving style and conditions. If it's very hot, your certain tracks, guys will opt for the harder tires. Caveman just staying there, waiting for his pass. And Cooper all over the road. Ooh. Oh! Cooper running very wide there. No damage. Let's see out front. Yep, that wing sustained damage on the left hand side. That's going to be difficult to control right now. Lucky for him, very close to the pit. And Brut catching up to Hypex. That makes for an interesting driver. The two Ferraris out in front. Hypex, of course, a visiting driver. That's why it's first or second time he's raced in this league. Also doing it for fun. Interesting fight going on here. Two different driving styles, and there's cornering. Both touchwood, both the top runners. No penalties as yet. Cyclops out. That's unfortunate. He was doing so well. Practiced a lot to be here. So hope wish him better luck next one. See how it goes. Now it's Joshua. I said before the race he just wishes to finish. So let's see. His wish will come through. Greever making up a tiny bit of time against the front runners. So last couple of laps could be very interesting with with 3 drivers going for first place. That's if it stays consistent and they just keep a level head. If you're a regular watching, call it 1, 2 and 3. And Brut taking Hypex. But Hypex not letting it go. Hypex locking up a bit there again. See the rear of Brut's car a bit loose around the corners there. He's probably got that back wing set lower, less downforce, more on the front for quick cornering. Let's see what Apex does. Hop on board with him. D2 chasing Greever. Ooh, that was a fast cut from Hypex. Very loose car there. Let's see if we can do it again. Keeps it interesting. Look what the rest of the pack is doing. Of course, Greever already. Oh, they switched on ghosting for the cars being lapped. So it's not the ones in the main grid, only the cars being lapped where we ghosted. So, Greever staying right behind Cooper. Now, why didn't Cooper drive like this the whole race? Okay, except for going all over the road, but I mean the speed. Maybe somebody should take a drink out of his hand. And Cooper taking it back. Like I said, why hasn't Cooper been driving like this the whole race? Now he's gunning for the top 4. It's a bit late. That car all over the road. Greever in second place with Brut in the pit. Brut probably opting. It's a bit late, but okay. See. Just gonna go for those softs again, yes. Has he had 2 different compounds yet? You have to have 2 different compounds? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's gone to mediums yet. So, okay. Greever chasing hard to catch up to his friend. D2 right on Greever. Catching up there. See these 2 fighting again. Greever swearing very loudly and D2 swearing very loudly in his head. Oh, Greever overdoing it a bit there. Trying to stay out in front of D2. Oh, and D2 hitting Greever. That's a nice big penalty there. See if there's some... yep. front wing damage there for Greever. Unfortunately, past the pit lane, so he has to do the whole lap to get back to change that nose. That's going to cost him this late in the race. Greever definitely swearing very loudly right now. But sort of keeping pace, sort of. But he's going to lose that nice time now when he goes into the pits to change that nose cone. Yep, there you can see him losing time. Brut chasing Yanni. D2 chasing hard. 8-9 laps to go. D2 is not going to catch him unless Hypex makes a mistake. He's not going to catch him. You need to catch up more than 1 second per lap. On this level with those guys, I don't think it's going to happen, but let's see. Where things have happened. Can always get a crash and a nice safety car for a couple of laps, and then all those nice big gaps are gone. And it has happened in the last 5 to 8 laps. It negates all that nice time and makes for an interesting last couple of laps. Ooh, Cooper disqualified. D2 keeping pace, but not gaining. Even though he's on hards and Hypex on medium tires, that's good driving. But D2 losing, he keeps on losing his time there on that straight. Top end of his Merc is 13 miles an hour slower than Hypex. Hypex opting for less downforce, so you can see the lockups he gets when he brakes for the fast corners. Just chowing those tires. And D2 now losing time. Greever hopping all the way back to 6th place. You could see King at the bottom of the screen coming out of the pits. Let's see what these guys are doing. Brit chasing hard to get to that 2nd place now. Everybody on the penalties except for the front runner. See the nice 12 seconds there for Caveman and Joshua Knott. Cooper disqualified, so he's way in front of those. Probably had a spin and was going the wrong way or something. Lap 30 of 36. Nice long track, this one. Up on board with Ricky. Nice smooth driving through the corners there for D2. But Brett still managing to catch up slowly to D2. Entering lap 31 of 36. D2 keeping pace with Hypex but not gaining, so just keeps the level ahead, keep calm. This will be our grid, and the only one that will seem to drop is Caveman. Maybe Caveman, one position. Those penalties. Let's see if he can catch up to 007. Oh, 007 very quick out of the corner there. Gaining that no DRS. DRS only activates under a second. Charges under a second and activates under a second from the driver in front of you. Only if it's a faster driver, not others. So, Caveman getting another 3 seconds to 15 seconds. Seems to be gunning for Cooper's record of 31 seconds. There he goes for the pass. See if he can do it on that. Ooh, nope. Running very wide. Interesting. Probably got told it's fine not to give it back. Because usually what we do is if you gain a position doing something you shouldn't, bumping the guy, whatever, the guys just give it back to the guy, give his position back. 007 now chasing Cave. D2 gained 2 seconds there to Hypex. He's concentrating hard right now. We're not going to get a word out of him. Then run on his heels. The Brit. Topping out the 198. So Hypex about 10 miles an hour faster than Brit on the long straight. You see the driving style, these guys a little bit more downforce, where Hypex for this track went all out for top end. Get that speed, gain your time on the straights. Bruit's more of a corner guy, so a little bit more downforce, take the corners that much quicker. D2 slowly gaining time to a Hypex now. Let's see what these guys are doing. Yanni. Let's see. Hop on board with the leader again. Let's see, who's he catching up to? See the times from leader. There you can see he's there on Joshua Knott, lapping him again. Purifier just trying to hold on. Stay in front of him. Again, look at the driving, Purifier. Why now? You should have driven like this the whole race. Would have been up there. Very good driver, Purifier. But he was struggling a lot in the beginning of the race there. Check out what the back runner is doing. Smooth driving there. Seems like his wish will come through. He's going to finish this one. And let's hop back to the intervals. Nice big gaps there. We're entering lap 35 of 36, 2 laps to go. Fit grade lost a lot of time there. Greever is back to 5th position. He's the points leader at the moment. He's back to 5th position after that incident with D2. D2 gained a lot of time there. It's about just over 4 seconds in total. Now if he had more time, if it was a full race, that would have been possible. But no. Just over a lap to go, unless Hypex makes a mistake, crashes or spins out. It's not going to happen for D2, but very good driving there. Staying, keeping pace with D2. So those number 2 and 3 going very quick drivers there. Caveman just keeps on racking those up. Just went from 18 to 21 seconds. Nah, Caveman, you'll have to try harder than that. Cooper beat you by 10 seconds on that record of his. Seconds. So it looks like Caveman will drop 1 position because there's 3 seconds. So it's 19:26 new. So Caveman will drop 1 position. That's where it's from Brut. Maybe ran out of fuel here. Oh yes. Ran out of fuel. 130 miles an hour. Just going to finish the race. Unfortunately, Jan is too far behind. There you go, that's your grid. Hypex first, D2A1 second, Brut third, Jannie Vetkrate fourth, Greever fifth, King Alpha 2.0 sixth, 007, there you go. Driver of the day, Brut. He did do some good driving there. Yep, that's Brut. And who joined me? Let's see who joined. Ditto!
Yeah, hello.
Razbanji.
How's
Some
it going?
very good driving there. Why did you wait so long for that driving?
What do you mean?
You were losing time, and then close to the end, you were catching up to Hypex.
You went to go for new tires.
Eish. And we've got Tubreki, driver of the day.
Yeah, look at that time though. 117.5, fastest lap.
Fastest lap as well. Nice, Breki.
Thank you very much.
So in general, guys, how was the drive?
I don't know how D2 caught me so fast from spinning in the
Yeah,
beginning.
he's sneaky like that. No,
So
he's
D2,
sneaky.
what happened in the first corner?
He caught up to Hypex like 4 seconds.
Oh yeah, I was doing burnouts.
Yeah. No, he's sneaky. So, so guys, in general, clean
I was thinking
race,
about it.
not? Looked
Wait, what?
pretty clean.
I mean, from what I saw, it was pretty clean.
Yeah, it's a clean race.
Uh,
Hypex, just for the people, where are you from?
Denmark.
Denmark. Oh, okay. A cheesehead. Okay. So, how do you find our little league?
It's nice.
Cool. As
So
long as you
not
enjoy
the
it.
Last time. So not the last time I'm gonna race here. Was
Yeah, that's
definitely-
good. I think we still have two tracks left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
sounds alright. Yeah.
So, Dieter, what happened there between you and Greever?
It was getting
Little
too
love
close.
tap.
I was expecting him to accelerate earlier, and that didn't happen.
It is Greever, you know. You can't expect something like that from him.
Yeah, although it was unfortunate.
He's a married man. He's slow.
No, that's probably why.
Uh-huh.
But anyway,
So, Hypex, you joining us on Monday
Yeah.
for the
Don't-
qualifier?
Heck yeah.
Cool, man. It's practice and qualifier. Monday, same time. What time is it there by you now?
Right now it's 14 past 8. So
Okay, so
I
an
start,
hour
I
behind.
start at 7 o'clock
Yeah,
for me.
that's an hour behind us. That's all. It was good to have you. It's some good clean driving there. Some smooth driving. You and D. Britt's struggling a bit more. He's racing on a keyboard and doing very well on a keyboard.
yeah,
Still
with
don't,
that
still don't
lap
understand how
time.
he's that fast.
Yeah. Well,
Lots
look at King
of
Alpha. At the
practice.
beginning of the league, he was racing on keyboard and he was winning. And then they gave him. I think that's why they gave him a steering wheel. And now he's in the middle of the grid.
What?
Hopefully, I'm not gonna get it downgraded.
So next week, what's the track, D?
I
Brazil.
don't know.
Brazil. I can't
Oh,
bring it
no.
up. I wasn't host. So technical track, not so technical.
Lots of corners, lots of slow corners.
Okay, that's good. Oh, and Hypex. I saw a lot of lockups there on your laps. Did you opt for the less downforce?
Yeah, 4 or 5 wings.
Okay, just for interest's sake, D2, what's your wings?
4 or 5.
The same.
Exactly the same.
Why did Hypex go so much on the straight? He had 13 miles an hour over Brut. and top
well,
speed.
there's 2 issues.
Okay.
I had to use all my fuel in the beginning of the race to catch up. If I didn't do that, I would have been able to keep the pace later on in the race.
And I saw Brett there on the one straight doing like 130 miles an hour. What was going on there?
I don't know, sir. Must ask my keyboard.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, guys, doesn't seem like anybody else is going to join us for a chat as usual. So see you guys on Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah, but-
What's just for interest sake, Ipex? What's your time in Brazil?
What?
Your time.
Brazil? I have no clue. I don't
Okay.
think I've done a lap yet.
These guys will be happy to hear that.
you could expect me to be in the midfield, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
If I lock up this,
Yeah, I
lock
don't-
up this
I don't
much on
believe
this
that.
track, I'll definitely lock up into turn 1. That's for sure.
Don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that. That, guys, was a great clean race. Saw some guys making nice gaps there for other drivers to pass. So keep it there, and see you guys on Monday for Brazil.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cheers, man.
hopefully this time I don't end up at the back and then have to fight my way to the top again.
No,
Ah,
I'll do it this time. Don't worry.
okay, you'll do a team up. How's that? You two do this, start last 2 and work your ways up to 1 and 2. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Have a very good evening. See you guys on
You
Monday.
too.
Cheers.
Jojo.
Cheers.